When most people hear the name Tarawa, two images usually come to mind. One is the memory of fierce World War II battles, a place where history was written in blood and courage. The other is a vision of a remote paradise where turquoise waters shimmer under the sun and coconut trees sway gently in the ocean breeze, painting a picture of untouched beauty. But these images only scratch the surface of what Tarawa truly is. Real adventure rarely lives in the obvious. It hides in the shadows, in the quiet corners and winding paths you have to earn the right to discover. It's in the places that don't make it onto postcards. Tarawa's true heartbeat isn't something you'll feel from a resort balcony or a guided tour bus. It's a rhythm woven from survival, community, and a deep, unbreakable connection to the ocean. A connection that has sustained its people for countless generations. The real call of the atoll is a whisper, subtle and persistent, inviting you to look deeper, to listen more closely. We crave authenticity, something raw and genuine, not polished or packaged for tourists, but lived and breathed by the people who call this place home. You can visit the war memorials, stand where history unfolded, and take a tour across the lagoon, gliding over waters that have witnessed centuries of change. But even then, a part of you will sense that something's missing, something just out of reach. You'll see the bright, welcoming smiles of the Kiribati people, and you'll wonder about the stories behind those smiles, the joys, the hardships, the traditions passed down through generations. You'll taste the fresh fish, and you'll find yourself curious about the rituals and customs that brought it to your plate, about the hands that caught it, and the recipes that have survived the tides of time. This is where the real journey begins, with a choice to step away from the familiar, to leave behind the comfort of the known, and embrace the unknown. It's about being more than a tourist. It's about becoming a traveler, someone who seeks connection, understanding, and meaning. The greatest landscapes aren't just seen, they're felt in your bones, in your heart. Tarawa rewards those who are curious, who are willing to look beyond the obvious. Its most precious secrets are reserved for those who are willing to listen, to learn, and to venture beyond the postcard image, to hear the stories whispered by elders and echoed in the wind. The atoll holds a pulse, a living story, and a challenge to anyone who seeks to understand it. If you're ready to look past the surface, to open your mind and your heart, Tarawa will reveal more than you ever expected. Layers of history, culture, and natural wonder. This is the Tarawa I want to show you. Let's begin our journey together and discover what lies beyond the horizon. The tourist trail in Tarawa is narrow, war relics, a lagoon club, a picnic on an islet. These are safe, polished experiences, but they miss the soul of the place. The real Tarawa lives down sandy tracks in bustling villages thick with wood smoke and laughter. It's women weaving mats under breadfruit trees, fishermen mending nets at dawn. The soul is in the small moments, a game of Oriano played with joy, a story shared by an elder on a seawall. The biggest monument here isn't concrete, it's the resilience of people facing rising seas with grace. Guidebooks give you a map, but not a connection. The real Tarawa isn't a checklist, it's an experience. Slow down, observe, be present. The postcards show you a pretty picture, but the hidden paths reveal a living, breathing world. That's the Tarawa worth finding. Everyone sees the main lagoon, its turquoise waters stretching wide and calm, a familiar sight to visitors and locals alike. But Tarawa is so much more, a delicate necklace of land and water, full of hidden coves, secret beaches, and winding inlets that most never notice. On the eastern arm, far from the bustle, tidal flats stretch out at low tide, teeming with life. Crabs scuttle sideways, tiny fish dart between pools, and the mudflats reveal a raw, wild ecosystem untouched by time. Venture with a local and you'll discover mangrove forests, their tangled roots forming vital nurseries for the lagoon's fish and countless other creatures. Waiting under the mangrove canopy, the filtered sunlight dances on the water and the quiet is broken only by the gentle splash of your footsteps, a surreal, peaceful world that feels almost enchanted. Beyond the calm, the outer reefs stand guard, facing the Pacific's relentless waves, where the ocean's true power is on full display. At low tide, rock pools become windows into another world. Corals, starfish, and sea cucumbers thrive here, each adapted to survive the changing tides, creating a miniature world of resilience and beauty. These places aren't in brochures or travel guides, they're quiet reminders of the ocean's power and the delicate balance of life that exists just out of sight. And then, as day fades, there's the sky, an endless canvas above Tarawa, shifting from gold to deep indigo. With almost no light pollution, the night sky here is breathtaking, revealing more stars than you ever imagined possible. Lie on a quiet beach and the Milky Way blazes overhead, constellations so clear and close you feel you could reach out and touch them. The Kiribati have navigated by these stars for generations, reading the sky as their ancestors did, guided by ancient wisdom. The sky is an ancient map, a source of stories, a living link to the cosmos, and a reminder of our place in the universe. Seeing it is a spiritual experience, one of Tarawa's greatest natural wonders, a moment that lingers long after you leave. All it costs is your time and attention. Don't miss the chance to witness these unseen wonders for yourself. Guest house food is simple: rice, fried fish, maybe chicken, humble, filling, and always served with a smile. But if you're curious, you'll soon realize that these are just the basics, a starting point for a much deeper culinary adventure. The true taste of Tarawa is found elsewhere, tucked away in bustling markets, family kitchens, and secret gatherings where recipes are passed down quietly. The Kiribati kitchen is built on coconut, pandanus, and breadfruit, ingredients that thrive in the island's sandy soil and salty air, and form the backbone of every meal. These foods have sustained generations, connecting families and communities through shared meals and timeless traditions. Coconut is the tree of life. Its roots run deep in Kiribati culture, providing shade, shelter, and sustenance. Its water, flesh, and milk flavor everything, especially palusami, a dish that's as comforting as it is iconic. Taro leaves, coconut, and fish, slow-cooked in an earth oven, create a meal that's rich, smoky, and deeply satisfying. You won't find it on a menu. You have to be invited, welcomed into a home, and treated like family to taste it. Pandanus fruit is boiled in tutuai, a sticky, sweet treat that's both a dessert and a source of energy. It's like an island energy bar, fueling long canoe voyages across the turquoise lagoon, and keeping spirits high on the open water. The lagoon offers more than fried fish. Ask for it baba, a dish that captures the freshness of the sea. It's a raw tuna salad with lime, coconut, and chili, bursting with flavor. Or, if you're adventurous, try raw sea worms, a salty taste of the ocean reserved for the bold and the curious. Finding these foods means talking to people, showing genuine interest, and letting curiosity guide you beyond the obvious. It's about being open to new flavors, new textures, and the stories that come with every bite. The reward is a taste of real Tarawa, one that lingers long after the meal is over. Food here is about tradition, survival, and community, woven together in every shared dish. Every meal is a story, a celebration of resilience and togetherness. If you're willing to seek it out, to wander off the beaten path and ask questions, you'll discover flavors you'll never forget, flavors that tell the story of Tarawa itself. The real feast is in the sharing, in the laughter and the bonds formed around the table. That's the taste of Tarawa, warm, generous, and unforgettable. Tarawa's crafts are more than souvenirs, they're living history. Pandanus leaves are dried, stripped, and woven by women into mats, baskets, and fans. The finest mats, teba, are the heart of every home, soft, intricate, and full of meaning. Watching a woman weave is like witnessing meditation. Each pattern tells a story. Men craft outrigger canoes, lashing wood with coconut fiber rope. No nails, just skill and tradition. The rope itself is a marvel, used for everything from houses to tools. Shell and shark-tooth jewelry isn't just decoration, it's a symbol of status and spirit. To find authentic crafts, visit villages and buy directly from artisans. You'll support families and hear the story behind each piece. These crafts are connections to the land, the sea, and the people. They're not just objects, they're a piece of Tarawa's soul. Take one home, and you carry a story with you. True exploration is about people. On Bairiki, searching for a rare plant, I met Tikan, an old man sharpening a knife under a pandanus tree. I greeted him in the local language and asked for water. He handed me a fresh coconut, the best I'd ever tasted. We sat in comfortable silence, two strangers sharing shade and kindness. Through gestures, I explained my search. He led me not to a plant, but to the lagoon, showing me his world as a fisherman. He read the tides, spotted fish by ripples, and made hooks from shell. Tikan had no formal education, but his knowledge of the lagoon was encyclopedic. He was a professor of the tides, a doctor of the reef. As the sun set, I thanked him. He placed his hand on his heart and bowed. I came looking for a plant, but found a teacher and a friend. That encounter changed my perspective on Tarawa forever. The real treasures here are human connections. That's what stays with you. Exploring Tarawa's hidden parts comes with responsibility. You're a guest in someone's home, respect is your first rule. A smile and a mori open doors and hearts. Learn a few local words, it shows you care. Always ask before taking photos or entering villages. Most people are welcoming, but that welcome must be earned. Dress modestly, especially away from tourist areas. Observe local customs. Wait to be invited into gatherings. Life here moves at the pace of sun and tide, not the clock. Don't rush, sit, listen, observe. The greatest discoveries come from chance conversations and shared silences. Navigate with empathy and humility. The unwritten map is the one you follow with your heart. That's how you find the true soul of a place. Respect is the key to every door in Tarawa. When you leave Tarawa, what will you take home? Not just shells or fans, but memories and connections. You'll remember the taste of fresh coconut, the sound of children's laughter, the awe of a star-filled sky. You'll carry the wisdom of the woman who weaves, the fisherman who reads the water. These experiences change you, teaching resilience, community, and the beauty of a simple life. True wealth here is family, culture, and joy in the everyday. Stepping off the beaten path broadens your perspective. You'll leave with respect for the Kiribati spirit and a new sense of what matters. The real souvenir is the person you become. That's worth more than anything you could buy. I've shown you a glimpse of Tarawa beyond the brochures, but your story is yours to write. True adventure is personal, about creating your own map. Tarawa asks you to be more than a spectator. Look for places that whisper, not shout. Be brave enough to get lost, humble enough to ask for help, curious enough to try and listen. The world is full of hidden gems like Tarawa, waiting for thoughtful travelers. Come not just to take, but to give your respect and interest. In return, you'll gain stories, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of humanity. The real Tarawa is waiting, go and find it.